Style Oktoberfest beer. As you can see, this is a very pale golden color, not an amber thing. Mostly smell like Pilsner type malt, but it smells like just more like a generic lager. So yeah, a lot of Pils flavor on there. And I can tell there's a little of a specialty malt of Vienna or Munich. Very slightly toasty, pretty low earthy hops in there. Pretty clean fermentation profile. Actually, totally clean, I'd say. It's a very clean aftertaste, I'm surprised. Palate is definitely more malty than hoppy, but it's not sweet. I'll go with a full 5 out of 5 on mouthfeel. Yeah, so total score, I think I got 37 there. Goose Island Oktoberfest, German style Marzen, 5.7% ABV, darker than amber, slightly orangish brown, clear copper. All right, so let's give it a smell. That lovely toasty bready malt character. I don't have much else to say. Let's dive in. Cheers. Wow, that definitely tastes like way more complex and way better than the smell led me to believe. It tastes much breadier than it smells. A little bit of like a nutty, and also like a little bit of like those noble hop spicy kind of flavors. There's like a little bit of like toffee. This is not light body. This is like medium, maybe medium high CO2. It is very smooth though. I'm gonna go like 0.75 on this one. The 𝐎𝐤𝐭𝐨𝐿 Oktoberfest Marzen, 5.8 ABV. It is straight up like pumpkin orange. So anyway, back to the aroma. Yeah, bready. I actually get a little bit of a fruitiness on here. It could be the yeast, an impression of sweetness. Will it taste sweet? Let's find out. Cheers. Yeah, lovely. A little bready. It does not taste sweet at all. A little milder than I was expecting, and slight toasty character. I do pick up on the hops here. There is a little bit of spice on this one, almost like a rye or a peppercorn. Mouthfeel is, I'd probably call it like medium light, medium carbonation. I will say it's very smooth, quite refreshing as I'm drinking it. Pretty well attenuated beer. There's like no residual sugar or anything here. I think I'm gonna go 3.5, 3.75 on this one. Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest, and they did a fest beer this year. It's 6% ABV, dark gold, bordering on amber, very clear, very effervescent. This has an unusually fruity aroma for a lager. I can get that Pilsner malt deep down in there, so I mean it does smell like German lager, or Prost I should say. Okay, wow. Taste, wow, there's a lot going on there. Just big bready malt, biscuity malt. I actually get like a little bit of like a caramel in there as well. It's really interesting. I get the hops like on the right at the apex and a little bit into the finish. I'm definitely like a dry kind of kiss of bitterness. I'd probably put it like about medium carbonation, probably about medium high. It's very smooth. I mean, if we're judging this as a spec, I think I would score, I think it's like high 30s, low 40s. Yeah, I'm gonna go 8 out of 10 for the 2024 Sierra Nevada Oktoberfest Fest Beer. Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers Copper Legend Oktoberfest. Now, it does say fest beer on the back of the can, but I mean, just the fact that they're calling it Copper Legend makes you think that it's a Marzen. So is it a fest beer? Is it a Marzen? Let's find out. A really hazy honey kind of thing. Very carbonated, I can see. Going off aroma, has like almost like a little bit of a fruity character to it. Quite bready malt, almost like breadcrumbs. All right, so let's dive in here. Cheers. Wow, that's interesting because it doesn't smell very hoppy, but it tastes very hoppy. Kind of like a rye spice kind of flavor. Actually, just off of those first 2 sips here, I am thinking it probably is a fest beer. There is like a little tiny little fruity character on here. I would not call it sweet at all. They're going some kind of fest beer Marzen hybrid. Kind of like the malt bill of a Marzen, but the hops of a fest beer. I'm gonna say I really do like this one. Gorgeous lacing on the glass, that's always nice. So as far as rating on this one, solid 4.0. From Hamburg Brewing Company, this is their Oktoberfest, 5.7 ABV. More of an amber color than copper. Usually most Marzens are copper or orange. Toasty, slightly caramel kind of aroma. Smells pretty good. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Wow, that's actually pretty flavorful. Really tasty, I'm surprised. I would call it like toasty and also kind of nutty. Slightly sweet, but not too sweet. It's not that it's sweet, it's that it's malt forward. I don't know if I would go as far as to say like bready. This is more like in the toasty caramel kind of range, earthy kind of spiciness. Yeah, I'd probably call it like a medium full body, quite crisp. I'm gonna go 4. I might even go 4 1/4 on this one. Schweinhaben Bavarian style Marzen, 5.5 ABV from Tripping Animals Brewing. Kind of a copper, slightly orange, slightly brown. Not huge aroma on this one. I'd say like it's a little nutty. It's Prost. Wow, this has way more flavor than I was expecting. Really malty, nutty, toasty, and refreshing to have a fresh and two-spec beer of this style. Very toasty, but it's also quite hoppy. It's one of the hoppiest Oktoberfests that I can recall. The only sweetness on this one is from the actual malt taste. Like, this is not caramel. Drinkability is really nice. Probably about medium body, medium carbonation. Pretty crisp, I would say. Pleasantly surprised. I'm gonna go pretty high in this one. I'm gonna say 8.5 out of 10. Paul Honor Oktoberfest Marzen. Just lovely, kind of a caramelly maltiness, clean fermentation, like a tiny little bit of a fruity character. Love that copper color. Prost, as they would say in Germany. Oh yeah. I cannot tell you how much I've appreciated old world classic style lagers. Slightly toasty, bready, slight caramel, slightly sweet maltiness there. I mean, it's not a caramel bomb. Yeah, this beer is really good. I'd like it. Give me like a good 500 ml, maybe even 750 ml Bootstein of this. I would be pretty happy. I'm gonna go 4.5 on Untapped for the Paul Honor Oktoberfest Marzen. 𝐤𝐭𝐨𝐿𝐴 Oktoberfest beer Marzen. So it's got a very kind of bready aroma going to it. You know, so it smells like the Maillard products. Appearance, you know, nice copper, almost kind of like a brown color. Wow, it's very, very clear. For flavor, here we go. Roast. Wow. Yeah, I would definitely call that elegant. It's very malty, very bready, slightly toasty, kind of like a caramel, kind of toffee flavor in the aftertaste. Quite low bitterness, just slight earthy or floral hops on there. It's really good. I don't remember this beer being this good. Medium body, medium carbonation, very smooth. I would not call it refreshing. It's really easy to drink. So there you go. 9 out of 10, 41 out of 50 for 𝐤𝐭𝐿𝐴. It's an underrated Oktoberfest beer, I will say that. Weihenstephaner festbier. Beautiful golden color, crystal clear. Now that I'm sticking my nose in it, I mean, it just smells great. I mean, it just smells like, it really smells like a German Pilsner because I'm getting that Pilsner malt in there, as they would say in Germany, Prost. Wow, that is actually quite refreshing. Not just up front, but pretty much the whole thing is that Pilsner malt. It's kind of like more of like a bready flavor than like the actual raw grain. Those noble hops are in there, but they're not to the extent that you would get like in a German Pils, although I love a good German Pils. By the way, gorgeous lacing on the glass. Probably about a medium body, really smooth. Its carbonation is about moderate. Yeah, so this beer is really good for the style. For a fest beer, this is solid at least. I might even go 4.25. I might even go 4.5.
This is Stout's Oktoberfest. Nothing about it on the bottle at all. Don't even know the ABV, or I can see the freshness date, so at least we know it's fresh. So yeah, typical Oktoberfest. It's orange, very generic kind of lager kind of smell to it. Hope it tastes better than it smells. Cheers. Oh, no it does not. The whole first half was okay. It was, you know, pretty mild. The second half turned on a dime, like this sharp, sour, astringent mess. I don't know what's going on with this beer. Oh. It tastes like, if you ever had like canned peas or green beans, it tastes wrong, it tastes off. I've had this beer on tap at Mahar's and it tasted the same. It tastes spoiled. I can't believe somebody would brew that on purpose. This is a bad beer. 2 out of 10 for the Stout's Oktoberfest. Sorry, Mr. and Mrs. Stout who own this brewery, but this beer is crap.